Ratabindu Diya. Yeah, anybody? Do you remember the page number? This is the test.
99, Mataji.
99. Another Goswami, Lord Chaitanya's passing dream. Yes, we have seen Sri Advaita's appearance. Yes, we have heard that. And glories of Sri Gaurasundara. Even if we have finished, we will still start from here.
I think we need to start from here.
From here. Overwhelmed in ecstatic love, Raghav Pandita began to narrate the characteristics of Lord Chaitanya to Srinivasa. Lord Chaitanya is the eternal Supreme Personality of Godhead, Parabrahma. He is the Lord of Navadvipa, and he is Vrajendra Nandana, the son of Nanda Maharaj. He appeared in Navadvipa in the house of Sachi and Jagannath Mishra due to loud calling of Advaita Acharya. The wonderful pastimes of Lord Gauranga cannot be described even by Anantasesha with his 1,000 mouths. All these statements, we feel like, yeah, we have heard it all. Yeah, I think I know. Lord Chaitanya, of course, yeah, he is son of Mother Sachi and Jagannath Mishra. Yeah, he is Lord Krishna himself. Rajendra Nandana came down, right? That's what we would think after we hear this or after we read this. But here, Raghav Pandita is, we have to understand, and this is not so much about the information, our Shastra. We do the same thing again and again, Harinama or Seva or anything, the bhajans, the kirtans. So not so much about the information. Information is just a superficial layer. But after that, beneath the information. So when the Supreme Lord, who is Advaitam Achyutam Anadi, Ananta Rupam, Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha, that Supreme Lord, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami, who is the source of all spiritual and material realms that are existing, who has no birth, no beginning, no ending, but is always present. That Supreme Lord, when he decides to come down to teach us what he has taught in Bhagavad Gita, when he decides to come down and teach us the ways of approaching him, understanding him and approaching him, and experience the love he has for us, and make us and revive the love that we have for him, then that is Sachinandana Gaurahari. This is one incarnation that no other incarnation can do. Any other incarnations can just kill the demons or to perform some pastimes. Even Lord Krishna too. He performed the pastimes, he attracted some souls. But he did not give us the technique of how he can be locked in our hearts. He did not teach us the ways of prema bhakti for him. So it is only the avatara of Gauranga that can give this very valuable pleasure. So that is Sachinandana Gaurahari. When the Lord decides to come down to teach us the ways of Sharanagati and the ways of loving devotional service for him and take us back home to Braja, that is Sachinandana Gaurahari. So how can one explain how can one explain the glories of Gauranga? How much can one be able to relish that magnanimity, that mercy and munificence of Gauranga? It's hard, very hard. It is quite hard even for conditioned souls like us. What to speak of Anantasesha, who is the expansion of the Lord himself, who can relish that mercy even more to such a depth that he cannot stop glorifying him. That is Gaurachandra. That's Gaurachandra. Somebody else please read from here a few days.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
A few days after the disappearance of his father, the Lord went to Gaya to perform Shraddha. At that time, the most fortunate Ishwar Puri regained his life by seeing Gaurachandra. Gaurasundara is the life of the devotees. Thus, he offered the greatest affection to Ishwara Puri. Lord Chaitanya spoke his initiation mantra in Ishwar Puri's ear and then, receiving the mantra back from Ishwara Puri, he fell on the ground offering his obeisances. After accepting Ishwara Puri as his guru, Lord Chaitanya always floated in his own tears. And Ishwara Puri became mad with ecstasy after accepting the deliverer of the universe, Lord Vishwambhara, as his disciple. Should I stop, Mataji, or go ahead?
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
You may say that Lord Chaitanya is the guru of the entire universe. Yet he accepted a guru. This is certainly puzzling. Therefore, I say that to instruct the people in general, the Lord established the principles of religion by his own example. Who can understand this transcendental pastime of the Lord? He himself thus glorified the Madhava Sampradaya. By accepting mantra from a bona fide Sampradaya, one becomes successful. If one receives mantra from an unauthorized source, that will certainly be fruitless. In Kali Yuga, there are 4 authorized Sampradayas, mentioned as Shri, Brahma, Rudra, and Sanaka or Kumara. This is all elaborately described in the Puranas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So, yeah, here, if we see the incarnation of Gaurachandra, in his incarnation, from the beginning till the end, the Lord, he did not speak much, but he made the devotees speak. He empowered and used the devotees to speak what he wanted to speak. He was a catalyst. From Rupa Goswami, he spoke. Through Rupa Goswami, he spoke. The rasa, the Bhakti rasa. And from Raya Ramananda, he spoke about the mellows of the conjugal love. And through Sanatana Goswami, he spoke the Sambandha Tattva. Yeah, Sambandha Tattva. Like that, he inspired different devotees from within to speak on his behalf, like that. So he was more of a catalyst in this incarnation. And here in this case, Ishwara Puri, he doesn't need, the Lord doesn't need any guru, but as Lord Krishna accepted Sandipani, here Gaurachandra accepted Ishwara Puri. So this is just to set an example. And yeah, next one is there are 4 sampradayas that are mentioned in the Shastra, and any mantra or any spiritual practice that is not linked with these 4 sampradayas is is considered to be not very authentic. In other words, the Shastras say these 4 sampradayas, they make their way to the Vaikuntha. So anything that is linked with these 4 sampradayas has that authenticity and the potency to take us there. But any other sampradaya or any other kind of way of worship or mantra or so, that may be potent also, but may not be considered authorized by the Shastra. Yeah. Okay. And next one, please. Somebody else can read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Hari.
These 4 sampradayas are the authorities of the science of Bhakti. I will now describe briefly how the sampradayas were named. Sri Krishna Chaitanya is like a desire tree, and in the form of Nityananda, Narayana, he is the original guru of the 4 sampradayas. Shri is the beloved of Narayana. She is his disciple as well. Her wonderful activities are elaborately described in all the Shastras. Shri is another name of Lakshmi. Her disciplic succession has unlimited branches and sub-branches. Who can write them all? In her Sampradaya, Ramanuja became the Acharya. And from his time, the Sampradaya was called the Ramanuja Sampradaya. Previously, he was known as Lakshmanacharya. Then later, everyone called his Ramanujacharya. He is the author of the Ramanuja Bhashya. The branches and sub-branches of his disciplic succession filled the whole world.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hari Hari. So that's about the Shri Sampradaya, which was originally started by Shri Lakshmi Devi. Yeah. So it was there before, even before the Ramanujacharya was there. Shri Sampradaya was there because it was started by Lakshmi Devi. Ramanujacharya, he revived that Sampradaya. Yeah. And somebody else, the next one, please. Oh, Srinivas.
Hare Krishna Mataji. O Srinivasa, please hear now about the Madhva Sampradaya. The merciful Lord Brahma was the disciple of Lord Narayana. His disciples and grand disciples spread throughout the world. In his Sampradaya, Sri Madhva became a disciple. His first work was to write a commentary on the Brahma Sutras, and for this reason he was known as Madhvacharya, and the Sampradaya became known as the Madhvacharya Sampradaya. Lord Narayana also has the merciful Rudra as his disciple. There is no end to his disciples and grand disciples. Vishnu Swami became a disciple in this line, and he became mad in ecstatic devotional love along with his disciple. Vishnu Swami was very influential and a learned scholar of all the scriptures. From him, the disciplic succession was known as the Vishnu Swami Sampradaya.
Yeah. So that Rudra Sampradaya is also known as Vishnu Swami Sampradaya because he was a predominant disciple there. So far, Shri Sampradaya, starting from Shri Ramanujacharya, he revived it. And then Madhva Sampradaya by Madhvacharya, which is Madhvacharya. And in that Sampradaya came Madhavendra Puri. I think that will come later. So Madhva Sampradaya, that's what we have heard. And next one is Rudra Sampradaya, also called Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. And now, next one is about, yes, maybe somebody else can read this one.
Hare Krishna. Here now Srinivasa about the Sanaka Sampradaya. From Narayana appeared the Hansa Avtara. His disciples were the 4 Kumaras headed to Sanaka Kumara. These disciples and grand disciples cannot be counted. In this line, Nibhaditya became a disciple. From him, it is known as the Nim Aditya Sampradaya, known as the Nimbarka Sampradaya. The influence of Nimbarka was very wonderful. His disciples and grand disciples filled the world.
Yeah, thank you. So that is the fourth one, Sanaka Sampradaya, or the four Kumara. It is also called Kumara Sampradaya, in which the chief was Sanaka Sampradaya or Kumara Sampradaya. And there Hansa Avatara appeared. And teachings of Hansa Avatara are present in Srimad Bhagavatam also. They are beautiful. I think it's in the 11th canto, if I'm not wrong. So in this Kumara Sampradaya or Sanaka Sampradaya, it's also called as Nimbarka Sampradaya. Like Ramanuja Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya is called Ramanuja Sampradaya here because Ramanuja is predominant Acharya there in that Sampradaya. Like that, Kumara Sampradaya is also called Nimbarka Sampradaya because Nimbarka was a prominent Acharya in this line. Yes, Prabhu, please continue.
The Sri Brahma, Rudra, and Sanaka Sampradaya spread their influence by dividing into other Sampradayas. In the Ramanuja Sampradaya, Sri Ramanandacharya was highly respected. He had many disciples and grand disciples. Therefore, this branch of the disciplic succession is known as the Ramananda Sampradaya. Similarly, Sri Vallabha Acharya appeared in the Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. He wrote a commentary named Anubhasya, which is highly respected. His disciplic succession is known as the Vallabhi Sampradaya. What can I say about the other Sampradayas and their activities? Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Yeah, Vallabhacharya. Vallabhacharya is from Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, which is Rudra Sampradaya. And all of these Sampradayas, they will have a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam on Vedanta Sutra, not Srimad Bhagavatam. So commentary on a Sampradaya should give a commentary on Vedanta Sutra, and that's when it is authentic. For Sri Sampradaya, it is Sri Bhasya. And for Vishnu Swami Sampradaya, it is Anubhashya. And like that, there is one for Madhva and Nimbarka also. So there was a need for one commentary for a Gaudiya Sampradaya also. They did not think there was a need for any because Srimad Bhagavatam is already present as a natural commentary. But during the era of Govinda Deva, Radha Govinda, during the time of Baladeva Vidya Bhushana, so there was a question if Gaudiya Sampradaya was authentic, since there was no commentary that was written on Vedanta Sutra. So that's when Baladeva Vidya Bhushana, who was sent by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura from Vrindavana to Jaipur to write a commentary. And Baladeva Vidya Bhushana, he prayed to Radha Govinda Deva in Jaipur. And there was only, I think, 1 week time or so that was given by the rulers to come up with the Bhashya. Otherwise, the Sampradaya was going to be considered as unauthentic. So that was a very crucial time. That's when Baladeva Vidya Bhushana, with the blessings of Govinda Deva, he wrote Govinda Bhashya. So that's the commentary for Gaudiyas on Vedanta Sutra, like that. So, shall we pause here, dear devotees? Maybe I will do the rest later. So we have discussed about the 4 Sampradayas. We knew a little bit about 4 Sampradayas. And the origin of the Sampradayas and who are the predominant Acharyas in each Sampradaya. I think now only the introduction was given to all these 4 sampradayas. Glories of Gaura Sundara that we have heard. So these were the things that we have heard about Gaura Sundara and the 4 sampradayas, introduction on the 4 sampradayas. And after that, I think Madhva Sampradaya detailed description and how Gaudiya came from there. Okay, yeah, that will be the topic later. So more about the Madhva Sampradaya, because Gaudiya Sampradaya has branched from Madhva Sampradaya. I think more of that information will be given in upcoming ones. So we'll know that more. Nityananda's pastimes. Wow, that will be good. That will be good. Nityananda's pastimes. Very good. And all these are Nityananda's pastimes. Well, is that it? It's the last section. All of them, Sri Nityananda's pastimes. Yeah, okay. So after we get to know more about Madhva Sampradaya and our Sampradaya, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, then we will get to know the pastimes of Nityananda, Lord Balaram. All right, dear devotees. So we'll pause here.